the GOATs, right? How you going to sit there and tell me Steph is not in that conversation?
I said that before.
You get what I'm saying? You can't sit there and tell me.
I said that and people clown me.
In Steph's eyes, right? Think about what Steph said. Probably, I don't know, but probably sit from. It's Mike, it's Cole, and then it's me.
That's interesting. That's very interesting.
Curry looking for that opening. Steps back. Crossover. Fires away. Wow! Another great. James trying to harass Curry. Curry off the dribble. Layup off the glass. Shot clock winding down. Curry's going to have to put it up. Launches it up. Shot clock. Oh, he knocks it down.
He's not going to put Braun over himself.
See?
But he has every legitimate argument.
Steph Curry recently said something that rubbed a lot of people the wrong way. When he was asked where he ranks himself among the greatest players ever, he answered without hesitation, Michael Jordan first, Kobe Bryant second, and himself third. Most fans immediately laughed it off and called it arrogant or unrealistic. But here's the part many people don't want to consider. When you actually look at what Steph has achieved, and more importantly how he achieved it, there may be a stronger argument there than most are willing to admit. His impact on the game, his success, and the legacy he's built might be more solid than almost any player in basketball history. And by the end of this, you might see Steph Curry in a very different light.
7 to shoot. Curry, deep one! Bullseye!
Almost lost it out of bounds. Curry cutting. Oh my goodness.
See Murray at midcourt trying to keep from getting a catch. Here's Curry, deep triple! It's good! We're tied again!
You know, in the shot he made it tie towards the end, it's a shot that, only he can make.
Before Steph Curry showed up, the Golden State Warriors were a mess. Calling them bad would actually be kind. From 1995 to 2009, they won just 37.6% of their games, which ranked as the third worst record in the entire NBA during that time. Only the Clippers, who always seemed unlucky, and the Vancouver Grizzlies were worse. The Grizzlies' situation got so bad that the team eventually had to move to Memphis just to stay alive. In those 14 years, Golden State managed only 5 playoff wins. That alone shows how hopeless the franchise was. It was the second lowest total in the league during that era. The Grizzlies had 0, which somehow made the Warriors look slightly better by comparison. If you walked up to anyone in 2009 and told them the Warriors would dominate the next decade, they would have laughed in your face. But what happened next completely changed basketball history. Steph Curry's rise is different from almost every other superstar. He didn't join a powerhouse team or link up with other stars to chase easy titles. Instead, the worst franchise in professional basketball turned into the most dominant team of a generation because of what he helped build from the ground up. And that's what truly separates his legacy from the rest.
Curry handling, crossing over, driving in, swinging on his hip. Circles to the corner, space. Fires a 3, hit another one. He's hit 3 in a row.
Did you see what happened on that play?
Oh, beautiful.
Loyalty in pro sports is usually just talk, something you see on posters but rarely in real life. Steph Curry actually lived it when everything around him fell apart. In 2020, the Warriors finished 15-50, the worst record in the entire league. Almost everyone covering the NBA declared the dynasty officially over. Steph came back healthy the next season and pushed the team to 39 wins, but it still wasn't enough to reach the playoffs. At that point, the media had already written off Golden State. Many people were calling for a full rebuild and saying it was time to tear everything down. This is where Steph separated himself from today's superstars. He never asked for a trade. He didn't complain publicly or send messages through the media. His camp didn't leak stories about frustration, and he never took shots at the front office, even when decisions were questioned. He just showed up, worked, and kept believing when almost nobody else did. Other stars handled similar situations very differently. LeBron James changed teams 4 times. Kevin Durant played for 4 different franchises. James Harden has been on 5 teams. Kawhi Leonard moved twice and missed so much time that fans sometimes forget he's still active. In today's NBA, star movement is the norm. Players leave as soon as things get tough, and teaming up gets praised as the smart move. Steph looked at all of that and chose loyalty instead. And what happened in 2022 stunned everyone who had already counted him out.
Hannah, I'm told that James Harden wants a trade to the Philadelphia 76ers.
Apparently Durant requested a trade from the Nets today.
This stuff is hard. And you got to stay together if you got the guts. And you don't find the first door. and run out of it.
Golden State winning that championship shocked the basketball world. Just 3 years earlier, most of the media had already written the team off. The common belief was that Steph was wasting the final years of his prime on a roster that couldn't truly compete. Many analysts were convinced the dynasty ended the moment Kevin Durant left. Every one of those predictions turned out to be wrong. Steph led a team that few believed into his 4th championship and finally earned his finals MVP. That 2022 title means more than any other ring on his resume, not because of stats or matchups, but because of what it proved. It showed that Steph never needed Kevin Durant to win at the highest level. It confirmed the dynasty wasn't built on luck or perfect timing. When everything breaks down and the world counts you out, finding a way to win anyway is what separates true legends from great players who never quite reach that level.
You and Dominique Foxworth are going to sit on First Take and say that Steph Curry will not be in the conversation for a championship in the next 4 years.
Curry against Horford, gets past him inside, off the glass again. Fakes, fires, three-pointer, bang! Steph Curry from downtown, a 15-point lead.
But to be honest with you, I don't see the Golden State Warriors bringing home another championship.
When people talk about longevity in basketball, the focus is almost always on LeBron James and Kevin Durant aging well. Steph Curry rarely gets mentioned, even though he's performing at the same elite level. This season, he's averaging 28.5 points per game while shooting 47% from the field and 39% from three. He's already had 3 games with 40 or more points, including a 49-point night that made it clear his prime hasn't disappeared. Steph is nearing 38 years old, yet he still breaks down every defense built to stop him. Since turning 30, he has recorded 44 games with at least 40 points, tying Michael Jordan for the most in NBA history. That stat alone should change the entire conversation. Jordan is often seen as untouchable in all-time debates, yet Steph matches him in one of the toughest areas for aging players. Guards aren't supposed to last like this. Their legs go first, their speed fades, and their shooting usually drops over time. Steph has defied all of that. While LeBron gets non-stop praise and full media segments dedicated to his conditioning and longevity, Steph produces at the same level from a position that traditionally declines faster and barely gets acknowledged. Many fans made up their minds about where Steph ranks years ago and refuse to adjust, even when the evidence keeps piling up. The numbers are clear, even if people choose to ignore them. Steph also separates himself with how he carries himself. In today's era, stars regularly use podcasts, social media, and media leaks to complain, demand trades, or shift blame. Steph does none of that. He doesn't throw teammates or coaches under the bus, and he never plays the public drama game. His approach feels almost old school, like something from a different generation, and that professionalism is a big part of what makes his legacy so unique.
Right? Think about what Steph said. Probably, I don't know, but probably sit from. It's Mike, it's Cole, and then it's me. Right? Like, he's not going to put Braun over himself.
See?
But he has every legitimate argument
and I asked the question.
sit